Well, I think everybody here can must probably vouch with me that it was both halves belonged to Uganda. Um, Zambia could not come out of the half; they couldn't play. Um, we've had so many opportunities today. If I can't count, I think we've had Sylvia 7 chances, shots at goal opportunities. We had Agnes, Esther. Um, we've counted so far like 14 to 17 opportunities. So this is what we wanted. This is the game that we wanted to play. It's a pity. We didn't start well in the first leg, but we knew that how Zambia would play in terms of long ball. We knew they're not the kind of team that will want the ball from the back. Everybody ball was going to be long, so we really focus on those components. But I'm really proud of the goals. We knew that we could beat Zambia today, and that is a fact of life. We knew we could do it. Sylvia had 3 1-1-1s with the goalkeeper, and it could have gone our way. And good luck to Zambia. They've qualified for the next round. But this is the kind of games I think we need for women's football. Not just for Uganda, but for in Africa. The days of 5-0, 7-0 is really, it's over. We need to find such difficult situations, so difficult moments that we found out this game. Zambia did not know how to contain us. Zambia did not know when we were going to strike. And we've put Zambia in the first half, they could not play. Because we planned very well, and I'm proud of the goals that they could deliver our plan from word go, from the beginning to the end. They've applied the tactical strategies that we've planned for Zambia today. We've had three kick specialists, 3. And we've used Agnes, we've used Esther, and we know that there were certain free kicks which we want the in-swingers. There were certain ones that with the out-swingers, our set pieces, our corners, everything were worked out. Every corner players knew where to do, what to do. Somehow did not go in. That is one aspect that we've got to look into. When there's pressure, you would want goals maybe to think out of the box and come up with a different plan because the situation has changed, But be that as it may, that is one aspect. I think we had 5 to 7 free kicks that we could have scored today, that we could have done something great, a bit better. So that's one area I believe that we could have done better today. Well, in my view, today I'm really proud of the goals, and they've really, the plan that we've planned against Zambia really worked. But I feel CAF can maybe help us a little bit more, that the girls start playing tournaments, under 15 tournaments. We play more competitions for under 15s, so that we can start building the future player. I felt that the decision making, the way we played in Zambia, the girls panicked in the first half. We conceded in the first minute of the game. We scored a goal, the referee disallowed it. I just feel that we lack a bit of competition. In our camp of 7 days, we play 2 friendlies against under 16 boys. Yes, they help you with intensity, they help you with the strength, but we need more friendly matches. We could have most probably played against Senegal, or we could have asked for a friendly against Namibia or Ghana, and that will bring the girls up to that level, So I just think if CAF can help us, even the association, that we need to have more friendly matches and not really wait for the World Cup qualifiers. The good thing now, FIFA has decided that we will have under 17 World Cup every year. So now I'm saying I need the next 30 players. By the end of November, I need a new squad. I need to add in what we've had here. Today was exceptional, but I would want us to keep the ball a little bit more. I want us to pass the ball. I want us to get into the attacking third. And yes, Zambia doesn't allow you. They play all long ball, but when we're in possession of the ball, the reason why we really changed the way we play is because we wanted to put Zambia under pressure. We felt that the defense were very poor. They've given us space behind the fullbacks, both left and right back. We found that they were not quick enough. They were sitting a bit deep. So we had to focus on getting the long balls back into in the attacking third. So I believe we really need more competition for the under 17s. And it has to start now. I wouldn't want to see a situation now we did not qualify for the World Cup and that there's no more games for us. We have to have games like this, you know. Zambia is going to the next round. We could play friendly against Morocco to help Morocco prepare, isn't it? Algeria and Morocco played. So these are the kind of games I really think that we need, and they are the future. I mean, if I look at Agnes' ability, Agnes for me has to come to Crested Cranes. She has to come. For me, it's not the fact that she's 16 years old. I don't care. She shows us, she gives us the ability, and she has to come. I mean, today I'm impressed with one of our centre backs. We just put in a return. We struggled with Bethany in the first. You guys could see we didn't start with Bethany. Bethany was too slow against Zambia. She did very well in training, but we thought we needed someone faster. Zambia was playing this, find the space behind. So we had to get someone with the aerial ability, someone that was quicker. Rita impressed me today. So those are the things that we need to do. If I don't give them a chances, we will never see them. So those are the things that I want us to really change. We need more competitions, not just for Uganda, but for everyone in Africa. We only be able to close the gap between us and Europe if we play Brazil, if we play Argentina. Why can't we play against them? And we've got to try, you know. We will never know until if we don't try. These goals, if you look at the performance today, we can play against Morocco. We can play against South Africa. There's nothing impossible for us to do. And the confidence was there today. Yes, they sit and crying now, but that will make them, this game has made them better individual, better players. Because they showed the resilience, they showed confidence, they showed self-belief, and they showed fighting spirit. The performance today was 100 times better than when we played against Zambia. So what does it tell me? We struggled to play away. We struggled to play our first match. So the second match, I even said it when we played against Cameroon, we did not do well at home. The girls get scared, you know, there's a fear factor. But we could work on them mentally and psychologically to a point that we're saying, we will beat Cameroon at home. And we made it possible. Today we said we will beat Zambia. Yes, we did. But we just didn't qualify. So I'm really proud. And I want to say thank you to FUFA again, President Mugogo and the CEO, Mr. Edgar Watson, and my technical team and the executive. They've really given us the support, but I really think that in future we can do things a little bit better. You just answered the question. I mean, clinical, if you want to become clinical, you have to have the competition, isn't it? Let me make an example. If a player plays for the first time, you've got to first see what is it that she could do. Now she plays for the second time. And that's why I say we always need pressure at training. We have to make training so difficult that she has to find solutions within the game ourselves. We can teach them the positional play, the space that we want them to attack, the areas we want them to dribble in. But themselves, that intuition on the ball, that individual brilliance, that comes within. And that is something they can do better week in and week out if we play the competitive matches. Some of the girls that we have on the team now, they only play in the school leagues. They're not playing in the WSL. And that is one aspect that we've got to address. All the school players, the national team players, they all have to go play in the WSL. They cannot, I think they're good enough to play for Kampala Queens, for Kawempe, for Maroons, for UCU. They must be given the opportunity. And I think that is one aspect I think clubs can improve. I think they're scared to bring in 15, 16-year-olds in the WSL. But that is one thing I've discussed with FUFA. We will make it law and mandatory that I can't disclose too much, but it's something I've suggested that clubs will be forced now, going forward, that they will have to register a certain number of under-17 players. It is the only way. They might not be happy about it, but it's about the national team. So clinical, it's something they've got to do in the games and training. The more they train, the more they'll be able to score goals. Well, we've got I'm told there's a Ball 2 games. I think it's some in August. I'll make sure to be there. We've got to strengthen the players. We're busy now that every Crested Cranes players, I've suggested, we're busy with it now. I find that the girls lack the tactical understanding of the game, and it's very difficult to teach them everything that you know about football and what you want from them within 7 days. So Crested Cranes players, the next 30 players, they will do a D license. It's mandatory, they will have to do it. It's the only way. It's so difficult to teach them transition, overlapping, pressing high up, sitting mid-block, low block. What is it that you want them to do within that formation? It's so difficult. So you're sitting with 30 players that you've got to get together and make sure that by today, like today, they must be able to understand everything that they need to do. So now, instead of waiting on the coaches to teach them, I want the girls to educate themselves. And that's where we're starting now with Crested Cranes. And we're throwing in a few under 20s now that has to join. There's quite a few under 20 players that we brought from Ghana. They have to go to Crested Cranes. It is the fact, and they must attend that course. And the reason why I've suggested that, we want to push for women's football. I want football, I want a lot of teams, women teams coached by women, but it's going to take time. And also this course that the Crested Cranes will be doing, in there you will find a player that will give you 80-90%. We're looking for women that can coach football, that can become coach educators, that can become administrators, that can become referees. And this is the only way we want to do it. And I think this is one step, and we also have a plan. I need to build a relationship with the coaches, WSL and Elite. We will have a workshop. It looks like a 3-day workshop where a lot of aspects will be discussed. We're looking at medical. We have a challenge with medical. We've got a serious challenge with medical injuries. 90% of the girls come into camp injured. And you only find those things out when the girls are coming in. Now, how do you deal with an ACL? How do you deal with a meniscus? The girls are playing injured. So now we've got to find a monitoring tool that before the girls come into camp, they've notified us on the system to say, she's got a knee injury and we've been treating, this is the recommendations. We've got 3 players now that will have ACL operations, Crested Cranes operation, Crested Cranes players, but they've been playing with those injuries for 2 years. And these are things that's happening. So that workshop for 3 days, I would like all the coaches to attend. WSL, Elite, they will all be invited. And we'll be discussing sports science, we'll be discussing core stability programs, proprioception, balancing. For all the sports scientists, we can come with solutions to see how we can help the clubs. A lot of the clubs don't have medical, they don't have doctors. So we've got to empower the clubs, and Full Force is going to try and see how can we help. These coaches will better themselves so that they can develop better players and also educate the players. So it will be a 3-day workshop, and hopefully all of you will be invited. I think it's key that you will be there. We're pushing that women's football we have to get somewhere in Africa. But it's got to start with what we are going to do. So there are huge plans, and one of the proposals I've sent through, I might as well tell you, we have only 1 scout in the 8 regions that we have. So I've suggested now, I'm not sure if the executive will accept it, but I've recommended that we have 3 scouts per region, of which 1 a woman, 1 man, and 1 goalkeeper coach. We've got to unearth the talent as young as we can, and there's quite a few proposals going forward, and hopefully Fufu will put their blessing on it, but it is to get women's football to the next level. Well, I think you're not the only one that's disappointed. I think we've worked on the plans. The idea was to put Zambia under pressure. I think we did that, and not to concede. That was the main thing, because if we had to concede, then we had to score 2 goals, then they would have an away goal. So the idea was to score 2 goals, and we will go to penalties. But our focus was to win this game 3-2. And that was our main focus. Now, the fullbacks, they've allowed to give us the space behind the fullbacks. That was one of the areas that we were trying to really get Sylvie in. Sylvie did not play striker the first half. She gave us the width, and she gave us the space, that we can get the space behind. Their weakest place was their left fullback, and we thought we want to penetrate on that side. And yes, you're right, in terms of transitions happen in the game, but we had to, I really think our girls did very well. I really think we did well. We could have, of course, we could have scored. If Sylvia had to put 3-4 chances away, we would have walked away today with 5-0. That would have been the final score for me. But like you say, you would want players to take the initiative. If the free kick is there, and we've practiced every free kick, you would want the player in the ball that we've given the responsibility. Is this possible for me to know how to go direct? We give them the freedom to say, look at the situation. Is there space on the left? Is there space on the right? Can we go direct? Now, if you've taken 3 shots, like in Agnes's case, 3 shots and it's going direct, it's going over, someone could have said, can we not play the ball to Farida? That was the left back that pushed up. Those are decisions that we want our players to take. And that is what I'm talking about. The experience and the maturity. Listen, our job is done. We're guarding them from the side. They're the ones. That is what I'm saying. Players need to learn to take decisions within the game. I can tell you now, we worked everything we worked out against Zambia worked today. But the pressure and the way Zambia dealt with it, it changes the way we train them. So you cannot tell me a centre back will just be running towards you all the time. They change it. Oh, let me go vertical, or let me do a horizontal run. But the players need to say, okay, if you come into my space, let me draw you a little ball. And then maybe Esther, that's the attacking midfielder, maybe she will see that she runs into that space. We cannot be spoon-feeding our players. Yes, we've been spoon-feeding them. We had 7-10 days to prepare for Zambia away. We came back 3 days. So we have to spoon-feed, tell them exactly what we want, and they've done it very well today. But there are moments in the game where I feel players need to take their own initiative. They've got to take their own decisions. And what tells you that? They need more experience, they need to mature, they need to be given time. If we keep this squad for next year, what do you think is going to happen? We will be running it, every team, and that's what I want. Today you could see resilience, the fighting spirit, and the girls knew. The score was on the board. We need to score 3 goals. And we knew that we could do it today. And that is the character that we didn't have that against Zambia, but we had it today. So moving forward with the squad, I can tell you, it looks good for women's football for the under-17s. We wanted Bethany to put pressure, a structure. Remember, as much as Sylvia was so quick, Sylvia will be quick even if she's 5 meters behind the centre backs. Sylvia can run 120 minutes. She can even run another game. That's how good she is. But because they were physically a little bit just stronger than her, we needed someone that can hold up the ball. Now, every ball of ours, have you seen what we've done? We will allow our goalkeeper now. We've never done it against Zambia in the home game, away game. We would let Lillian knock that ball further down. She had the direction, she had the power. And then we would have Bethany holding up the play and then hold those 2 centre backs, where Sylvia and Agnes then are coming through. Because it was almost like one-way traffic, and they were really blocking Sylvia in these moments where she ran through. So it's difficult to have 1 versus 3, and then you still have to get into the box. So we needed someone. So there was 15 minutes left. I think it came to the last 8 minutes. So we said, let's try it and put Bethany up there. And a structure, I mean, Jeeves, a structure alone would put fear in you, isn't it? So, and that was really our plan. And that is for us to say, let's throw everything that we have. The midfielders that we have, they're not as explosive, they're not as strong, just they can play. And with women's football, if I had to put a midfielder there, guess what will happen? She will drop back into the midfield. And we don't want that. So we said to Bethany, we're going to bring you up. Half time we've already spoken, and this is your job. Hold the play in Sylvia, Agnes, Shadia, Doreen will come. So those are things that you have to do as a coach, and you have got to try it. I wouldn't want to walk away and say we didn't make changes, we were desperate for 3 goals. And you guys could see it, we had so many opportunities to score. I think we easily could have walked away 5-0, 6-0 today. But the good thing, the girls were